7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, giving out free picks. Our best bet's always our premium picks, but we do the best we can to win them all. Jay's Rangers, first team in to the ALCS, but long way to go. Still 8 wins away from where they need to be, or they will end the season a loser. Nothing fun about that, no matter where it happens. Chris knows a lot about that. Chris, how's it going?
Yeah, as a Toronto sports fan, I definitely know a lot about falling short and being far away from where you're expected to be. But it's going all right. I had a great time watching the NHL opening action last night. Puck didn't bounce our way, but that's okay. New day, new card. A couple college football, some baseball. I'm excited for it.
I think the betting tools were all over that shit on the hockey yesterday. I had the Blackhawks, right? Mitchy Pucks.
Yep.
Took them there. Yeah. Vegas Knights. I didn't have that one, but so be it. How many of those Vegas Knight players are sitting on the bench? It's like, man, where's your pendant? I lost that shit the first day, man. I lost that shit. It's like, what a bad idea that is. It's going to be rattling around and stuff. It's like one of those things that's like you think it was a good idea at the time, and and then as it plays out, it's like, oh man.
Come on. All right, I'll see you later.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, Sammy. Oh well. Continue on of the 31 days of Mitch's birthday, Amazon Prime month. Beautiful. Got myself some new shelves coming. Inside the shelves, kind of like these for the bobbleheads, but different. Just regular kind of tiered shelves, and then some lights that go underneath to highlight the bobbleheads better on the lower level. Yeah, we're just going to continue on with 31 days of Mitch's birthday, and it's the 8 days of Hanukkah, 12 days of Christmas, and of course 31 plus days of Mitch's birthday.
Could go from anywhere from 31 to 365.
Well, the thing is, like, we have friends visiting. They're not going to get here till November 1st, so we'll be extending it a couple days. The extending. It happens, September 30th, always a tough day as the anticipation builds.
A lot of preparation.
I always start claiming it's my birthday around September 16th.
It's up to everybody else to make the necessary adjustments.
I bought 30 full-size candy bars for Halloween. I am 4 in right now. So we've got 26 left on those. Count going. It's like, why would I buy peanut M&Ms, regular M&Ms, Twix bars, Reese's peanut butter cups, and Snickers? It's like, I have a box full of those sitting in my kitchen. Like, that's going to make it to October 31st?
Yeah, no shot.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Rod'd be like, that's that American candy they sell at the nickel store. Rod's like, the Canadian Kit Kats are better, though, man. I'll tell you that much. They are better. Jay will be around March Madness when Chris hits Vegas with his bag full of candy. Nothing more fun than that. Chris shows up at the sports book. He's got a grocery bag of candy. It's like people are like watching us eat. Oh wow, are you guys from Canada? No, I'm not. And they're like hovering, like I'm gonna give them a piece of my candy or something. That's never happened. It's never happened. It's never happened. A lot of people looking at it say, wow, that's a lot of candy you got. Nah, you're not getting any of it. Smarties, Kit Kats, and Coffee Crisps.
Yeah. They look over, they're like, so you have any extra in there? No, I don't. But
Jay, they also have different potato chip varieties in Canada that Chris will bring over. Ketchup potato chips.
I was going to say, we got to stick the ketchup chips on Jay.
Everything, right? Isn't everything chips?
All dressed.
All dressed. Everything on the chips. More everything. More of everything. More is more.
And less is more.
Yes. Pass that shit this way. I'm eating. I got drink tickets. I don't care if I get thirsty. I got a stack of these things. I'm tipping. Should be a good one. Anyways. Texas Rangers, I mean, what can you really say? They got out on them early and held off. It's like, once they hit that home run, once that's, they put that 6 on the board, the game was over.
So, I got to get it out. First, I told you I was waiting for this moment all year. The Dean Kramer show. I was waiting for it.
There were other things at play there with Kramer, though.
No, I was waiting for the Dean Kramer show. He was solid all season. I get that. But when we think of the top 10 pitchers in baseball, Dean Kramer is not one of those guys.
No, he's not one of those, but I think you have to give the guy a pass on this performance.
No, I cannot.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Let me get it out. And then
there's no out. He gets a pass.
He does not get a pass.
He gets a pass. Chris, does he get a pass?
He gets a pass.
He gets a pass.
He does not get a pass.
Well, then you're an asshole. Then you're an asshole.
I've been on this same stance all year, so it's okay.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole as a person if you don't give him a pass. It has nothing to do with sports. This guy gets a pass.
It's the off-field stuff.
I understand.
No, you don't understand. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay,
no, you don't.
Okay.
All right.
If you don't give a pass, you don't understand.
I do understand. And you don't understand.
Okay.
This is peak level sports. There's things that go on outside of sports every single day.
So if they're putting your family in cages and bombing them and raping women out in the streets of your family, you would be fine. You would go out there and pitch just a gem, right? And you wouldn't deserve a pass? No way, Jay. No chance, man.
The professional thing to do in that situation is to tell your organization, your team, I am not mentally prepared to be in the biggest situation of our franchise's history. Go home and in this spot, he shouldn't have been there. If that's your argument, so I have nothing to say about that aspect. That is terrible. I understand that, but I'm talking about what happened on the field, the baseball game. It was a terrible spot for him. The Rangers got to him early and often. He had a few spots where he just threw the wrong pitch.
I don't think his head was there. And I think he tried to do the best he could because he's a professional, and that's it.
And for that, hats off to him. But I have to talk about the game, what actually happened, and what actually happened.
I think in a certain place that says you could say the Rangers were the better team in the series. You could say they were the better team last night. You can't throw this guy under the bus. You can't do it, man. I mean, you got a quarterback that's a sack of dog shit that loses to the Cardinals, and you still claim that he's the greatest thing that's ever happened. This guy's family's getting dragged out in the streets, getting tortured, and he doesn't get a pass.
I need you to take a second.
I need you to take a second, man.
This has nothing to do with the extracurriculars. This has nothing to do with any of that. Nothing. I am specifically
to you, man. To you.
I am specifically talking about Dean Kramer that plays baseball. That's all. And he shouldn't have been on the field last night if this was going to be the excuse. I get it. That is terrible. I understand. But in that situation,
Jay, the better team won. All that stuff. I'm not going to sit here and let you beat this guy up because he went out and did the best that he could do under the worst possible circumstances you could possibly be. Because if it was you, you'd be whining like a bitch. I know it. I already know it, man. I already know it.
I'll digress, man. I tried to tell y'all about him all year. He's a fraud when it comes to being on the mound. The Rangers are one of the best teams in baseball, and we're going on to the ALCS, man. I can't.
Yeah, well, you're going to get your ass kicked if it's the Astros. We all know that.
It's like
anyways,
at the end of the game.
And you know what we're going to do? We're going to talk about how shitty your people are. We're going to talk about how shitty they are.
Houston.
Just like Dak in Arizona. Let's talk about Dak in Arizona, man. Where's the excuse there? You got no chance. Anyways,
I'm just saying, don't say that we want Houston thing, because I'll tell you, as a Blue Jays fan, we said we want Seattle last year, and that didn't work
Hey,
out.
Chris, your team at the crib, man. My team in the ALCS. We know who we want. This is a rivalry that's been brewing all season long.
Yeah, the most profitable pitcher in baseball. What a fraud. I mean, the most profitable pitcher in baseball this year is a fraud. But Dak Prescott's the third best quarterback in the NFL. Yeah, okay. I mean, come on.
I currently have Dak at 12. That's the thing, is I'm fluid. I keep it. I try to stay as.
Where do you have Kyrie in the NBA? 600?
Kyrie's like 25 in the NBA currently. But what's not fair is I understand what you're saying about the Kramer. I understand it. But you have to see my side. You have to see my side. This is a
But
guy
that he whipped your ass all year long? That you lost money betting against him all season because he was the most profitable pitcher in baseball?
I didn't fade him very often. I wanted to, but I didn't. He was in a great spot in the rotation. And as I said all year, I thought he was outpacing how good he was. And when it came down to it in the postseason, like I said all season, the thing that was going to be the detriment to the Baltimore Orioles is not their batting, it's their pitching. Grayson Rodriguez, Dean Kramer, Kyle Gibson, all those guys, hell of a regular season. 101 win regular season. But when it came down to the postseason against one of the best offenses in baseball, they couldn't get it done.
When it came down to it for the Rangers, they got their ass kicked when they had the chance to win the division. They lost. And we'll see exactly where they go.
We're going to avenge that when we send them Houston Astros.
No, they haven't done that yet. They haven't done it yet. Maybe when they do it.
You're not going to steal my thunder today. My team's in the ALCS. You're not stealing my thunder today. I am.
Well, I'm not going to let you sit here and put some guy down who went out there and gave it 110% under the worst circumstances ever, man. I'm not going to let you do it. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't, man. We gave you your accolades. We gave you your thunder, but we're not going to let that slide. We're not gonna. I don't give a shit. It's my show, and I say fuck you. I'm not doing it. How about that? You want to trash the Orioles? You say we beat them? Oh, whatever. That's all fine. We're not going to let you trash this guy who went out there under the worst circumstances and gave it all that he had. Not going to let you do it, man. Not going to let you do it. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, man, you'd be whining like a little bitch. We all know it. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would.
Specifically what happened in the baseball game. Specifically him on the mound. You can try to take my words and misconstrue them all you want. But Dean Kramer on the baseball mound in a horrible situation outside of baseball, he shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been there. And because he was there, he got his ass.
Well, then why was Dak there in St. Why was Dak out there in Arizona? Why was Dak out there in Arizona? Why was he on the field?
You can get mad and yell all you want. It don't change.
Yeah, why was Dak on the field in Arizona?
Orioles are at home.
Yeah. Who cares? I'm not an Orioles. I'm not a fan, Jay. I'm not a fan. I won way more money on this guy than you won on the Rangers this season. Yeah, bye, man. You what?
Okay.
Yeah.
Adios, amigos.
You're a fan, man. Fanboy.
Adios, amigos. I'm also 6-1 in the postseason.
Wow. And what? And 1 in 600 in the regular season. Man. Who cares? Who cares, man? You won a game. You won a game. Wow. You finally won one. You finally won one. I'm 6-1. I'm 6-1. Dude, you finally won one. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. You finally won one. I mean, what do you want us to say? Chris, have you ever won before? You ever had a winning streak? I mean, come on, man. Seriously.
You're mad. I'm not. I'm talking about sports. You're trying to take it outside.
Okay.
I was talking about specifically what happened on the field.
No, you specifically attacked one guy, man. And and we said congratulations on your win. I'm the one that said, hey, one team's in. We did all that, Jay.
It happened. It happened. He was the reason they lost.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
5 earned runs. He gave up 5 earned runs.
So what, man? Where were they scored 1 run, man. They scored 1 run. You're not gonna win scoring 1. It ain't gonna happen.
6 and 2 innings, you're not gonna win either. You're not gonna win.
Yeah, you can. You can. You can if your team scores 7. Ask the Braves, man. Ask the Braves who did it the other night. What, you got the Rangers never won a game that they gave up 6 runs? I mean, crack. I mean, let's go down the standings and see how many times the Rangers gave up 6 runs and won.
I understand, man, and I'm not.
They scored 1, man. How is it his fault? They scored
sitting
one.
there acting like I'm personally attacking Dean Kramer.
Well, you
No,
did. You did.
I'm
You
attacking
did.
the baseball player of Dean
You did. You
Person who,
did.
like, actually played in the game last night.
You did.
You know, I was actually on the field. That's who
You-
I'm attacking.
You did.
Because his performance was lackluster. His team lost, and they're now at home. Now,
Well, I'll tell you what was lackluster was the Rangers down the stretch in the meaningful games, man. That was lackluster. But we didn't sit here and personally bash anybody. You know, we didn't sit here and personally bash somebody. We just said the Rangers suck ass, and they did.
You have a whole
We just
nother
bet
week.
against them like no one's business. Oh, were we
You got a whole
cashing?
nother week to
We're
listen to it.
cashing.
You might as well buckle up.
Cashing.
Kick me off the show.
Cashing tickets.
Buckle up or kick me off
Cashing.
the show. Man. This is gonna be a
Fading your
long
ass.
week for you, my boy. It's gonna be a
Fading
long
your
week,
ass.
man. It's gonna be a long week.
Yeah, fade your ass. Yeah, we're gonna fade your ass. Cause you're fade your ass. Yep.
Hey, me, like I said, 6-1 in the postseason. Number
Wow,
one.
wow,
Player of the day.
wow, man, wow. I was 4-1 in NFL last Sunday, man. Plus, I had Monday night 6-1 in my last. I won my last 6 NFL. Woo!
Good job.
I've never once said anything like that on any of these things ever.
Yes, you have. Just 2 weeks ago, you were talking about your long win streak you had in baseball. I'm just doing the same.
No, I never really have. Actually, no.
We can run the film back, man.
Yeah, let's run it back. Let's run it back. I publish a newsletter for our website 5 times a week. How many times have I been the featured handicapper?
Mitch.
How many times? Chris, you're the middleman here. How many times have I been the featured handicapper in our newsletter?
When Mitch was on that 10-game win streak, was he not coming on the show every day, letting us know that he was still on it? Yes or no?
When we went over the picks, I wasn't sitting here using it as an argument because wow, Texas finally won something. I mean, my God. I mean, let's see where Jay got his ass kicked with the Mavericks. He got his ass kicked with the Dallas Stars. He got his ass kicked around with the Cowboys last year. Sunday night, he got his ass kicked with the Cowboys. Then, of course, there was the Texas game on Saturday and the Colorado-Oregon game. So Jay finally won one. Congratulations, man. Congrats. You finally won one. We'll see where it gets you. Well, you finally won one.
5-0.
Yep.
For 6-0 on the play today. Scoop it up.
Yep. Wow, man. Yeah, the rest of us, we just suck, man. Me and Chris, we're the worst, man. Nah, you're the only one that's ever won a game on our website.
I just start rebuttaling.
You sound like an idiot, man.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I know, I do know, man. I do know.
I know that you're an old man who's mad that the Rangers are in the ALCS, and you're mad.
I could care less, man. I'm not a fan, Jay.
I said about Kramer, and I understand on the outside optics. I'm with you. 100% agree.
Then why did you personally attack the guy? Then why do you personally attack the guy?
I talked about what he did on the field yesterday, and if I can't do that, talk about what actually happened, then I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm not a fan. I don't care about the Rangers. I don't care about anybody. I only care about making money. I'm not a fan, Jay. I don't sit here wearing my team uniform every fucking show. I don't wear any of that stuff. I wear my Pick Dogs team. That's the team I'm on. I only care about winning games. Believe me, I bet against, if I'm going to make money, I bet against my team. It happens all the time.
There you go.
Okay. This is where I'm leaving it. It was a terrible spot off the field for Dean Kramer, and he could not unfortunately, he couldn't just up and say, well, I can't pitch, because then he was damned if you do, damned if he doesn't. Because if he doesn't pitch, people would be like, you're a professional. It's what you've got to do. But he pitched. Unfortunately, he had a bad game. I don't think his mind was in it, and that was it. But
he lost. Say
Jay,
that, Chris. And
Jay,
he lost.
Okay.
Wow, he lost the game. Oh man, the Rangers never lost, man. The Rangers never lost the game. Oh, they never lost. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, they never lost.
On the field. I'm here to talk about what happened on the field.
And I'm trying to talk about what's on the field too.
End of discussion. We can move on.
Okay, well, what happened on the field was that his offense didn't pick him up. You can't. It's not all pinned on Kramer. Did Kramer go out and put him in a bad spot? Sure he did. But pitchers have done that all postseason. They've had bad outings. Jordan Montgomery gave up 4 runs in 4 innings. But what happened? His offense was able to pick him up. They scored 9 runs in the first 3 innings of that game.
Playoff Evo.
His offense didn't pick him up. That's the long and short of it. It's not 100% on Kramer. Did he put his offense in a bad spot? Yes, but it's not all on him. Is what I'm saying.
Well, pay me the $5,000 you owe me, and I'll gladly bet it again on the Astros Rangers if that's a series. Gladly.
You're mad, man.
Why would I be mad? I don't care. What I'm mad about is I have to listen to this dog shit. That's what I'm mad about. I'm mad that we have to listen to this dog shit.
You're mad.
I'm mad that I have to listen to this dog shit because you're a fanboy and this is a betting show.
Mitch, it's the truth.
What's the truth, Jay? That you got your ass kicked in every other fucking thing that you picked the Texas team? Oh, the Colorado's going to win 10 games this year. Transfer portal, man. Changed game. Let's go back and play the tape of the idiocy.
You continue to move the goalposts. We were talking about baseball. We were talking about the Texas Rangers.
No, you weren't. You were talking about a specific player.
Yes, we were. And I was talking about how Dean Kramer got lit up last night.
All right. You said he was a fraud of a person, is what you said.
I never said he's a fraud of a baseball player, is what I said.
Yeah, okay.
He's a fraud.
Yeah, okay.
And I've been consistent with that.
Then what does that make the Rangers? What does that make the Rangers who couldn't close out the division? No, I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping.
When that stuff started popping off. I've been saying this all year.
Who cares?
Year.
Yeah, you've been saying all kinds of shit said Colorado was the king of the transfer portal and that they were going to win 10 games this season and that they could run with Oregon offensively and score on them. Okay? That's what you said. Okay? Let's go back over all the things you said. Texas is going to whip Oklahoma's ass. Steve Sarkisian, not a fraud. We got Kyrie Irving. We're going to win the NBA championship. We got Kyrie. We're going to win the championship.
You said TCU was going to beat Colorado by 50. You said Nebraska was going to beat Colorado. You have said some very outlandish shit.
Well, and you know what? I don't sit here and spin it, Jay. I say, you know what? I said those things. I know. I said those things.
Baldy in the playoffs.
I don't sit here fanboy. I don't become a fan of that team because they won a game or lost.
And talk about every single game on the board every day.
Now I froze.
Say outlandish shit. Like, come on now, you know that. So why are you sitting here trying to attack me?
I froze in the confetti. You see that, Chris? That was so weird. Why does that happen?
I don't know.
It's so weird, man. It's like I froze in confetti. It's so strange, man.
We in the ALCS, man. We can move on. We can move on.
Chris, do you care who's in the ALCS? Care that it's another game to bet on?
What?
It's not a fan show, Jay. It's not a fan show or fan website. If you're at TexasRangers.com, I'm sure people care. Well, here they don't. No one gives a shit.
I do.
I know. No, it's one. It's one. I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody in the comments saying "Go Rangers." Not one. Anything else you gotta say, Jay? Any other? Did you have the? How about the Kraken last night? You off the Kraken bandwagon?
and so hold on. And so since we're talking about it, my play of the day yesterday wasn't even the Texas Rangers. Why everybody?
Who cares?
It wasn't even my play of the day.
Who cares?
My play of the day yesterday was the Houston Astros. Of course, they were going to kick the crap out of the Minnesota Twins.
Yep, I had the Astros.
Not as biased as you think. I'm on a roll in baseball right now. I'm excited. My team
finally.
Yes, it's the first.
Finally.
Since I was 11 years old.
Finally.
So I'm sorry that I'm emotional.
You finally won. Finally won a game. Congrats.
And let's continue to make some money betting baseball and the other sports we're about to talk about right here, right now.
Anything else, Chris?
I wonder if Randy's going to give me that sprinkle donut.
I don't know. Doubt it.
I asked him. I told him if they had any sprinkle ones left, get one for me.
I think if I think it's one thing to say, congrats, you won the ALDS. Now we move on to the ALCS and all that other stuff. But Jay always has to take it to the next level. Like, they've won the championship and they're the greatest team in baseball history. When, let's face it, it's an organization that's done jack shit ever, right? I mean, most of the time they set themselves up to fall flat on their face. And that's what they've done. They even did it this season. They fell flat on their face. They had the chance to run away with the division. Instead, second place. First place, second place.
American League Championship Series. That's where we are. We're not.
It's like Bregman said, the world will never know.
The world will know when we get this series.
No, they don't. They won't know what it's like for the Astros to not win the division. The world will never know. That's what he said before the game. Texas lost. Astros won.
Turn. Can't steal my thunder today, baby.
There's no thunder. We don't give a shit. We're not fans. It's the Phillies against the Braves, Chris. Aaron Nola's on the hill. One of our favorite guys, too. You're muted.
I'm speechless about this game. Yeah, I never thought I'd say this about Aaron Nola, but I actually think he's probably the better shot for Philly to get a win today. He's pitched his better baseball at home. 6-3 with an ERA just over 3. I have a feeling that the Braves are rolling with Bryce Elder today.
I think we should just stop the show and start over again. It's like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
It all started because you threw it to me and you didn't let me finish. All you had to do was let me get it out. And
You're trashing the guy. You're trashing the guy.
Give Chris his piece. The moment I get to say mine, the moment you disagree, you hop in. It's cool.
You trash the guy. You trash the guy. And whenever I go to say anything, Jay, you just ride over me like that same way. Like you're doing now. Like you're doing now.
About the performance on the field, Mitch, then I don't know what to tell you, my man. I don't know what to tell you.
But he's not responsible for not scoring 7 runs.
He's responsible for giving up 6 runs in 2 innings. That's what
he's not the first guy that's ever done that, and his team has won a game. He's not the first guy that's ever done that, and his team's won a game.
One of the best postseason pitchers on the other side, a guy who has a 2.7 ERA in the postseason.
Oh, God, man.
You can't give up 6 runs in 2 innings.
Jay, how many? Let's take a look at the Rangers trophy case. How many World Series you got? How many World Series you got? How many World Series you got?
0.
Exactly. Who do you like in this game? Braves and Phillies. Got no rings. We're going to change his name. No Rings Briggs.
You're right. I got 1 ring. 2011 with my Mavs. Other than that, I don't have anything.
What were you, 6? Did you have Mavs pajamas? Did you have Mavs pajamas?
Technically, Jay would have 2
I need to know.
Technically, you'd have 2 rings.
I've lived in Dallas my whole life. I've only seen 1 championship roll through this city, and it was the Mavs in 2011. And the last time I've seen my Rangers be relevant was 2011. I am 24 years of age.
I thought 2016 they were relevant. Weren't they in 2016?
We got swept by the Blue Jays, or not swept, but we got beat by the Blue Jays in the first series. Yeah. So it wasn't anything real.
It was basically par for the course, is what it was. Anyways,
so I'm sorry that I'm excited that I haven't seen my team be good.
It's great to be excited. It's another thing to put down a guy, and any other guy, I would have been fine with.
I didn't put him down. I was talked about.
You called him a fraud and the biggest fraud, and we'll go back. We go play.
Okay. Yes, I did, and I stand by it.
No, I disagree.
Fair.
He was the most profitable pitcher this year, and for what I care about, he was the best.
That was fraud. That was fraud.
Not my bankroll doesn't say it was fraud. That's for damn sure.
Fair enough.
Chris, does your bankroll say fraud when the guy wins games?
What did it show last night? Negative? Oh, yeah, I'm pretty, yeah.
My bankroll, I won yesterday. I was up yesterday.
I'm talking about on the O's betting on Kramer.
So he didn't win every game this season? Anybody go undefeated this year?
Thank y'all in the comments for saying that I've been consistent, because I have. If you're a true fan,
Yeah, you've been a consistent homer. Jay's been a consistent homer. Yes, he has been. He's been a consistent homer.
Everything I said.
No one's saying you haven't been a consistent homer. No, I didn't say that. Chris didn't say that. Even the teams that I said, even the ones I went through, they were all the same teams. We're not saying anything else.
Anyways, you asked me about Phillies Braves. It's a tough one. I'm gonna lean in the direction of the Phillies. I have them winning this series over the Braves. They had the chance to really send this series back 2-0. Heading back to Philadelphia, and they couldn't do it. Man, hell of a play by Michael Harris. I don't fault what's his name, Bryce Harper, for leaving like he did. When you're a star player, that's what you do. You try to make big plays in big games, and I just think, as somebody who was at a home playoff game yesterday, feeling the vibes in the stadium, man, it is just on another level. It is on another level. You could tell that the Orioles were kind of shooken by that. I think the Braves might be kind of shaken by that, feeling the atmosphere here in Philadelphia tonight. Taking the Phillies. I'm taking the Phillies. I'm going to take them on the money line. I think they get it done behind Nola.
The Braves 52-29 on the road this season. I don't think they're going to be afraid about Philadelphia. This team won the World Series 2 years ago. Most of the same players are on this team that were on that team, except they didn't have Acuna Jr. on that team because he was injured that season. But definitely a Braves team looking to get back to the World Series, and I think they go into Philly and absolutely bust them up something fierce. I think they ride the momentum that went over it. I think you go reverse run line in this one. I reverse run line the Astros yesterday at plus 190, and I think I'm going to reverse run line the Braves here, and I think I'm going to get similar prices to this. It just doesn't make sense to get these also ran teams against guys with the hardware at these kind of prices. It's crazy. It's kind of like the whole, the hype and all that other crap, and we'll just use it to our advantage, and we'll continue to fade the public, fade the hype machine, and we'll take where the smart money has to be here. The team that won the World Series 2 years ago, the team that won 105 games so far this season, the team that's 52-29 on the road.
The other two teams with the best record, bye-bye. O's, Rays, the Dodgers up there too, but all that regular season talk mean nothing. We in the postseason.
Yeah, but these are all teams that have trophy cases full of recent World Series victories.
They do. And you act like the Phillies weren't just in the World Series last year either. So these are two teams that have, championship pedigree. So I think that point is kind of negated. And I think it's going to be a hell of a game.
Well, you had your chance. It was my turn to give my pick.
I'm just interrupting you like you do me sometimes,
Well, it's okay. Well, if you go back and you see the jumping in, you'll see that you do it plenty to me, including the day you made the $5,000 bet with me on the sauce.
I did, and I lost, and I got you.
Anyways, we'll just keep reminding Jay of that. 42-6, by the way, on that one. Yeah, I like the Braves. And I just think they're the better team. And I think when you have that, kind of like what we saw with the Astros yesterday, it's just been there, done that. And it's one thing to go and lose and all that other stuff. It's another thing to know what it takes to win and to get the team across the finish line. And the Braves have that. And they have the better lineup. They have the better bullpen. They have the better players. And Aaron Nola is a shell of the pitcher that we've seen in the past, even from him, even the guy that we faded. And, if there's been a pitcher that's been overrated and a fraud, you want to call the overrated and the fraud, it's Aaron Nola, who's been a fraud.
That's not fair. You can't say that. Well,
I just said it. I didn't say...
You can't say that. That's mean.
Well,
due to the circumstances, you can't call him a fraud.
What's the circumstances?
Get out of here with that.
What's the circumstances for Nola, Jay? What's the circumstances?
I'm just regurgitating what you said.
Well, I'm just regurgitating what you're saying because this guy's got a 4.46 ERA this season, higher than Kramer's. Okay? This guy has more losses than Kramer. This guy has less profit than Kramer. So if Kramer's a fraud, then this guy's a double fraud. And if his family is being held in cages and the women in his family are being raped in the street, then I apologize for calling him a fraud as well. Not going to sit here and act like it's okay. Anyways, we'll move on.
Talking about the sport, the actual sport.
Okay. Well, I think let's look at Chris Flexen, right? Chris Flexen was the most profitable pitcher in baseball 2-3 years ago, and then he crapped the bed the next year. If Dean Kramer does the same thing, then maybe we can call him a fraud. But for right now, he was still a pitcher that had a 24-8 record in team starts.
And lost in the biggest moment. Gone. Bye-bye.
But Flexen didn't have a chance to pitch in the big moments, so we would never really known with him, right? So at least Kramer got there. He had a team that won 101 wins. It's a step in the right direction for the team as a whole.
True. I'm not mad when you guys say legitimate things that make sense. I tend to agree a lot of the time.
Well, you didn't agree when I was talking about Oregon against Colorado. We can go back and show the tape on that, man.
That's when I get mad, when you discredit what I'm saying.
Well, because the shit you said about Colorado, man, was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. You didn't. In that Colorado, you had no idea what you're talking about.
You laid 50 on Colorado with TCU. We both have had a bad play in college football this year.
I didn't bet $5,000 on it.
You said
I didn't bet $5,000 on it.
I lost.
I know, but it's the magnitude of how much you like to play.
You can go back to when you're losing an argument. You can't just sit here and be like, you know what, Jay? You got me in this one. I do that all the time. When I'm wrong, I say, you know what, Mitch, you got me. When you're wrong, you try to take it to all over the place.
Never. There's nothing wrong. I'm not a fan. I didn't have a dog in the fight.
All over the place.
I didn't have a dog in the fight. Chris, did I sit here and say Baltimore's going to win? Oh, man, I know they're going to kill the Rangers. Oh, yeah. I said they're going to.
You put the O's hat on. You said Eovaldi's going to get shelled. Yes, you did.
I don't think, Jay. I don't think I took it quite to that extreme.
Go back and watch the show and listen to that segment. Listen to how right I was and listen to how wrong Mitch was.
Well, we could go over every Texas game, and if they won, you're right, and if they lost, you're wrong. I mean, that's basically your analysis, right? On every single Texas team, we can go. If Texas team lost, you were wrong. If they won, you were right. Mavericks, Cowboys, Rangers, Stars. University Tech, we can go over all of their games. And anytime they won, you were right. Anytime they lost, you're wrong. So there's really nothing to that, right? I mean, I'm a sports bettor. I could care less about the Orioles. I could care less. I move on. Today's another day. I could give two shits, you know? I'm there betting the Braves reverse run line. I mean, that's what I'm doing, right? You know, it's like, I could care less. You know, I have one team, you know, and that's it. Miami Hurricanes. Everybody knows that. I'm very transparent about it. I'm clear about it. I have one team, Miami Hurricanes. That's the only team I care about.
Fair enough. I'm done. Got it out.
I mean, I'm not an Orioles fan. I'm not like sitting here, oh, man. And, yeah, I make big predictions. I hit a lot of them.
And I do too.
No, I don't see them, Ben, so much. I see mostly a lot of Homer, Texas picks. Anyways.
Wrong.
Okay. Maybe we'll start keeping the score.
We can.
Maybe we will. Anyways, Twins against the Astros. Jay, you're up. Joe Ryan and Jose Urquidy.
This game makes me nervous because I don't like Jose Urquidy. I don't. I think he's one of the worst in this Houston Astros rotation. But I'm sticking with the same thing I said yesterday. As I said, my play of the day yesterday was the Houston Astros. I'm going back to them. And here's why. The Astros, if you know anything about the Astros, they have played their best baseball this season on the road. That's where they played their best baseball. The Minnesota Twins this year, they're a 50-50 team. Most of the time. Like, they have a legitimate chance to win or lose damn near every day. I think the Astros have the better batting lineup. When you just look at the Astros lineup, Bregman, Tucker, Altuve, I just think that they're better. When I look at the Minnesota Twins, I would lean that they have the better pitching today, and I think that their home field might play some into that, but I just think the Astros are the better team. And continuously getting them at plus money on the road where they've played their best baseball all season, a team that has actually gotten it done, a team that baseball has run through there for the last few seasons. I give everybody credit where credit is due, and I give it to the Astros. I can't wait until they possibly run through Texas and we get that series. I think they win the series. I'm sticking with them here at plus money.
I like the over in this one. I think we got two bullpen. It's a bullpen game for both teams. We're going to see a lot of Twins pitchers. They left Maeda in there for a while yesterday for a good reason because they knew they were going to have all hands on deck today after Sonny Gray got shellacked yesterday. And Joe Ryan can't be counted on for more than an inning or two. So I'm going to guess that we see a lot of Twins pitchers. I know we're going to see J.P. France for the Astros and everybody else. So Urquidy, France, I mean, that's, 5-6 runs there allowed. Then you got Joe Ryan and, yeah. I mean, we're looking, I think that you could push this thing to 11.5, 12.5 as far as totals go. Chris, what do you think?
The Astros here as well. Urquidy, just a pitcher with a lot more postseason experience. And his expected numbers haven't been great in the postseason, but I still trust him more with this Astros lineup behind him. They clearly found something offensively last night. And Joe Ryan, the problem for Joe Ryan this season has been the long ball. He's given up a ton of home runs, and I think that could be a problem tonight against this Astros lineup, against guys like Alvarez and Bregman. Yeah, I look for the Astros to tee off on Joe Ryan here, move to the ALCS.
And if they do, it's going to be, I'm telling y'all right now, man, that is going to be like one of the best series we've seen in years past in baseball. Like, I think that series is going to be absolute electric. 3-hour drive. 3-hour drive. I'll be making it at least once to go down there to Houston. Next game.
Don't be like Chris and Rod. Yes, man. I don't think that's the case. And anyone that thinks that about our company and the way I run things, you don't know me and you don't understand it. This is a show and a discussion and nothing more. No one's yes men. I don't think we have any yes men. You got a lot of assholes, I'll tell you that much. But I love them. They're my assholes. I mean, Jay and I, it's like, man, we could yell at each other all day long. We're 5 minutes later, we're good. It's like we're doing NFL with Big Al this afternoon. It's like, who cares, man? This is like, right? It's like, I mean, this is why we do this shit. And so it's like, I mean, I get paid to argue sports, and then everything else. It's like, appreciate all of you. Smash that like button. But as far as if you guys think like, I mean, it's funny the impression that people get, and I know, you guys will get back to the picks, I promise. But it's like people have this impression of me or that like the way that I run things. Believe me, if they were yes men and I ran it like that, these guys, everyone would be fired, right? It would just be me doing the show. I'd be like, screw it, I'm just doing the show for myself from now on, right? I mean, you guys have no idea. Oh, Rod and this and whatever. We gave Rod his own video segment. Chris, he has his own video segment. Jay, he has his own. I mean, these guys. Jay has his own show. He could sit there and trash me for the entire thing. No, I wouldn't know. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. Did you see Mitch this morning? It's like in Vegas, he hit on a 16 into a dealer 4. It's like, I did.
Also smashed that Royals reverse run line. I never seen that.
We've all had our days, man, both ways. Believe me, It's like Jay's 6-1 his last 7 baseball. I'm happy for him. Believe me. If our people are winning money betting his game, shit, that's all I care about. People say, "Oh, I just come here to fade your ass." It's like, hey, if you're making money doing it, I don't care. Some people think they're getting me. It's like, I got a real good life, man. This is like one game ain't gonna change my life, man. That's for damn sure. I've kind of built myself a nice cushion. Anyways, and then I'm helping these guys build one for themselves. And it's like, if you guys understood that or knew it, we don't talk about it, but I'm hoping to. Arizona against LA. Brandon fought. No more fought jokes, Chris.
No.
Lance Lynn, you suck. Lance Lynn, you're a fraud, man. You're a piece of shit. You suck. You're giving up so many runs this year, man. Oh, my God. Lance Lynn is like one of those guys. He's the Russell Wilson of Major League Baseball. He should just hung it up. I understand he might have a little bit left in the tank somewhere, but it's like, just give it up, man. It ain't happening for you. You know, it's like he used to strand all those runners on base. Now they all score. This thing's going to be so over. The Dodgers are going to be swinging the bats. The only question is, if the D-backs win in Arizona, do they celebrate in the pool?
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Well, the pool. The Dodgers. They won the champion. They won the division, and they celebrated in the pool in Arizona. That was a few years ago. that was a real point of contention. They were mad. They were way mad.
Here's a question: who's the Steeler that pees in the pool? Or not the Steelers? The Dodgers. Sorry, I'm typing something about the Steelers. Who's the Dodger that pees in the pool?
I'm gonna guess it's. I'm gonna guess it probably could be.
I'm going Max Muncy.
I think it was Cody Bellinger, but that's why they got rid of him. And then I think
Max Muncy just looks like the type to pee in the pool.
Peed in the pool, man. Peed that shit.
The thing is, we won't get the opportunity to see the Dodgers celebrate there. It would have to.
You think David Peralta?
I don't know about David Peralta.
I don't think it's Colton Wong. I mean, he's been around. Oh, you know who it is? It's the catcher, Smith.
I can see little Emmett, little Sheehan.
She had pissed the pool again. I could see it. That'd be a good guess. Who do you think's the one who's the maddest that he peed in the pool? I'm gonna guess it's Urias.
Oh no, Mookie Betts.
Joe. No, it'd be Joe Kelly. Like, he just too cool. He'd be like, bro.
You just imagine Joe Kelly making like the face that he made he made him against the Astros.
It'd be Joe Kelly.
Pissed off that someone peed in the. Okay, I shouldn't have said he was pissed off that someone peed in the pool, but
The story changes over time. It's like Will Smith dropped a deuce in the pool in Arizona. It's like it was a Baby Ruth bar.
It just gets more exaggerated.
it's just like out of nowhere. Like we'll see the New Mexico State quarterback got caught peeing on New Mexico's logo. And it's just like, who are you and why would you do that?
Oh man. What a mess. Anyways, who do you like here, Chris?
Oh, I'm going over all day in this one. Yeah.
How is the over 8 or 9? It's 9.5 now, or 10?
I'm
changing my odds. You know, like I have different odds carriers. I'm changing back. It's like
9.5.
I still have my old odds up here, and I think I got a delay.
Yeah, I'm seeing 9.5.
What are you using for odds? Don Best?
No, but I was showed someone yesterday that maybe showed me I could probably start using it.
Yep.
No, right now would be a good time for that wraparound theme song.
That's actually version 1 of the wraparound. We have a new version.
Oh, for real? I didn't see the new rap.
Jay, I'm sorry to bring this up, but Mitch, you have to hold that in your pocket for next time where Jay gets out of pocket and he starts talking all this shit with the wraparound song.
We'll have to come up with Jay.
You're not letting me finish.
Dun, 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 dun. I'll just do this one.
Jay's gonna be sitting here. You didn't let me finish. Nathan Eovaldi.
I did I did the thing yesterday on the show for Ruffolo. I made the intro, which he used in his wraparound today. I saw it. But all the guys do videos. Text me, was like, make me intro. I think Chris's was easy because wraparound, it's kind of like it's an easy thing. But like, what do you put for Mills' shopping for props?
My favorite was your interaction with Gordon.
Gordon is like, we always have a set protocol for standard answers to Gordon questions. So I'll read the conversation back to you guys exactly verbatim.
This I don't know. I audibly wheezed when I saw this conversation yesterday.
He said, "Can you make something for soccer? The intro looks great." I said, "Fuck you, that's what I can make."
A nice steaming bowl of fire.
It's just set up beautifully for it, didn't it? He sets himself up.
Walk right through.
I gotta make him something though. But it's like I'm not as familiar with this stuff. Wait till y'all see the prop shop intro, getting your dirt on.
Jay, I blame you for this.
Starring Corey Seager. It's like, he's Corey Seager's picture for the Mill Shop prop shop.
You just had to freaking illuminate Mitch on who Little Dirk is. Now all of a sudden,
I was thinking for the props, like to just have like a flurry of like all these players, But I'm gonna use all Mavs and Dallas Cowboys and Rangers. That'd be fun.
Chris, you talked about the Dodgers game yet? You went first.
I went with the over. I don't know how you can't go with the over in this thing.
Y'all know I love me some Los Serpientes, man. I love me some Diamondback, but it pains me to do this, but I'm backing Lance Lynn and the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight. Here's why. I agree with these two guys taking the over. We know Lance Lynn can give up runs in a hurry. Brandon Pfaadt can too. He can too. And I just think back against the wall, this Dodgers offense comes to play. Brandon Pfaadt has faced the Dodgers twice this season. Both times he faced the Dodgers, they ended in an L. They lost to the Dodgers. The second time he faced the Dodgers, the last time he seen them, Brandon Pfaadt got his ass lit up. He went 4 innings, gave up 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 2 home runs. That's the Dodgers offense we're accustomed to. I think Pfaadt is the worst starter in this Diamondbacks rotation. And I just think that the Dodgers don't go out without a bang. I don't. I think this is the perfect situation for him. A pitcher they've already lit up this year. We're not laying that much of a price now because they're down 0-2. I'm going down with the Los Angeles Dodgers. I think their offense can get it going, and we'll see. I like the over as well with both of these guys too.
Sean Bellashine says our intro music sounds like 70s porn music, which means he's familiar with 70s porn music. He'll confirm or deny his familiarity with 70s porn music. Ruffolo's like, I know the music.
I know what movie and what team that's from.
We got nothing to bet on. We could bet on the hockey game. All right, we go to NHL. Oof. Anything tonight, Chris?
Yeah, there's 6 games in total.
No, I meant anything that you like. Do the Blackhawks win back-to-back games to start the season?
I do not think so. I think this one's all Bruins. The Blackhawks last year went 2-8 on the second half of back-to-back, and all 8 losses they scored 2 goals or less. So, I'm taking Boston puck line in there. I might sprinkle on Montreal against the Leafs.
On the puck line?
Puck line and money line plus 240. The Leafs always. They play the Senators usually early in the season. They play Montreal, and the Leafs always struggle in those first couple games. And I think this game's no different. I think Toronto's probably just thinking they can blow past Montreal here. They won the last 2 meetings last year, but the first meeting I think they lost is like plus 280 favorites or something like that. So, give me Montreal here plus money and plus 1.5.
Anything, Jay, for you?
I looked. I don't love nothing today. It's small lean to Edmonton over the Canucks. I do think that they're the better team. We'll see if they can pull it off. I'm not overly in love with anything on the card though. Maybe also a small lean on the plus money to the Kings. But I'm really trying to learn and get better at the game of hockey. And over the course of this season, hockey is my least favorite sport, everybody. So take all this with a grain of salt. I lean Edmonton. I lead Kings. I'm going to try to get better as the season progresses.
Big favorites usually not a good place to be in hockey. At least last year they got crushed. Is basically what happened. But I'm gonna go light tonight with a 3-team birdcage. I'm gonna roll with Montreal on the puck line, Edmonton straight up, and for Rod, an all-out fade of Calgary with the Winnipeg Jets. I'll go with Montreal puck line, Edmonton, and a Winnipeg Jets birdcage, fading Calgary's ass every game. We're going to fade them every game. We're going to, just like Johnny Gaudreau did. Do we still get to use the Gaudreau bit, even though it's a season later?
Yeah, I think so. Because the fact of the matter is, he still left Calgary for Columbus.
Yeah, he did leave Calgary for Columbus and took less money.
Yeah.
Fading your asses.
This guy doesn't want to stay there.
He's like, he really doesn't want to be here. Sixers Celtics. Is Joel Embiid must not be playing. The line's gone to 5.5. The intro music reminds me of Kiss back in the New York Groove. Only hockey picks I'm taking is Roos. That's his sport. No disrespect. Anytime anyone says no disrespect, it's totally means disrespect. It's like, if you have to clarify with the no disrespect, it totally means disrespect.
No offense, but...
I'm short. Calgary is my San Diego Padres. We're just fading their ass.
Yeah.
Didn't we do real well with that last year?
I think we did.
It's a money line sport, so...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The Celtics 60 game is kind of tricky because everybody injury news is just up in the air. And it's preseason. We know the roster manipulation that goes on in the regular season, so it's at an all-time high. I'm just going to run down the list of game time decisions, and I'm going to let y'all make the decision. Drew Holiday, game time decision. Jason Tatum, game time decision. Porzingis, game time decision. Derek White and Al Horford. Harden and Embiid, all game time decisions. So it's just like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. So I would probably lean to the Celtics just money line. Maybe like a parlay team, but I'm not sure.
Mouse not working.
Nope.
Sitting here like, okay. You gotta get. Boy. When the earphones come out, shit's about to hit the fan.
And then that sixth game, or you were talking about that one? Okay.
No. I was gonna ask. Have they? So, are we looking at like any starters? Do you think for Boston?
That's the thing. I have no idea. I don't think anybody knows, and that's why it's like it's preseason basketball. So trade really light.
Because the only people that I'm seeing right now on another site say only Jay Scrub and Montrezl Harrell are out, but like you said, it's all questionable. That's why I don't want to take a pass on it on preseason basketball. But it's like I don't know what to do if we don't see Eddie, because I don't want to be locked in on 5.5 with the Celtics if nobody's playing.
And then the line drops to 2 right before the game, like the NBA do all the time.
There we go. I'm back. That's my computer's way of saying is like, you don't be talking shit about those Rangers, man. It's like that's what you get for talking shit about. It's like, you know, Corey Seager's my boy. It's like
the mouse is like the slander stops from going on strike.
It's like, you know Garcia owns their ass.
Your mouse was just like, this has been brewing for a long time.
What is this? This must be... Oh, this is today's. This is today's 7 free picks. How did that end up there? We're doing 7 free picks in just... I used to do it that way. Now I say, we're doing 7 free picks. It's going to take us about 5 minutes. Do we do this one? Lakers and Kings and Celtics Sixers?
Yeah, we kind of just talked about it. It's a lot of injury news, so it's kind of like it's hard to decipher. I would maybe lean to an over. Over, I feel like it's been cashing in the preseason. So maybe.
Looking for an NBA preseason parlay lock. It's like, this is it's true story, man. True story. I had a bunch of stuff, like little things that need to be fixed around the house. And a handyman comes over. He's not an internet guy or anything, so he has no idea what I do. Nothing, right? And he hears us talking on the show, like while he's here working on the house. And he's like, I forget what he said, something about some game. And he's like, oh, I don't know, I'd watch out for that one. And then I say, you know, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I used to bet a lot. He goes, I don't bet that much anymore. And he's like, and I'm like, he goes, I took a break from betting. And he's like, except for yesterday, I bet a 16 parlay. I had Islanders on the run line in the, it was preseason NHL. He's betting, parlayed up. It's like, I'm like, you got a problem, man. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's like, shows me his ticket like on Saturday, has to come back. He has like, you know, all FCS stuff. Like kind of dating and stuff. It's like, I don't know any of that stuff, man. I couldn't tell you. Nice guy though. He's got issues. Not a fan of the show.
Oh no?
No.
We need you.
It's funny. It gets me every time.
Maybe we should come up with an intro on this show.
We used to have?
Yeah. We used to have an intro.
Yeah.
Everyone got fired. So we can't use it. So
It rendered it useless.
Everyone on the intro got fired, so couldn't use it anymore.
It's a curse.
It's like, and the guy who made it was so proud of it, you know? He's like, oh man, this will last you a long time. Like,
Within like 2 weeks.
It's like, everyone's fired.
What?
How can I order Pick Dog's clothing? Are those sites on Google legit? No. I don't even know about sites on Google. Put the tape back up. Oh, on the bottom with the pics. Yeah, we'll get back to the graphics and the tape and everything. I'm having a little bit of a, it's super busy, a lot of stuff going on in the background that you guys don't see. So, my bad. But we'll be back. We'll have graphics for the NFL show today with Big Al and Jay. Of course, tomorrow, Chris will do the graphics for the college football show. College football show next week will probably have to be at a different time, or I won't be in it.
Might have to fill in for you.
Yeah, we'll be bringing the graphics back. We will be doing the graphics again. We will be. I like it with the graphics too.
Give me some time to argue with Ron and Dunn.
Yeah, we could have guests. We got a special guest. We got Rod.
Mr. Romanelli.
If you think for a second, if you're coming on that I'm doing a graphic for Colorado, it ain't happening.
Nah, you gotta put it up there, man. You got to.
Yeah, I don't care. It could be 1 versus 2 with Colorado, and so it wouldn't happen.
I ain't gonna hijack your college football show. I ain't gonna hijack.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who do they play? Week 8.
I think they play. Is it UCLA?
Oh.
I'll be on the operating table. I'll be like, I'll wake up, man. I've woken up in surgery before. Nothing fun about that. And wake up and doctor will be like, what's the matter? It's like, I think Jay just took Colorado again. He's gonna be like,
you're trying to take the mask off. I can't let it happen.
it's like
The Colorado against UCLA.
ooh, I'm gonna miss Indiana Rutgers.
I just see Mitch. Can't let Jay do that shit on my channel. You've done it too long.
That is hilarious.
How about the Pac-12, man? It's like, what a way to go out, right? It's like,
What a way to go out.
Of course, everything
It's
starts to
the
go
best conference this
well.
year. That's what I would say. Is that a stretch to say? Is that a stretch?
that they're the best conference.
Yes.
I think that right now they're playing the best, but it'll be interesting to see what happens when they play actual teams out of the conference. If, in the bowls and in everything else. I mean, they're beating up on each other, but, what's going to happen when, last time we saw Oregon against Georgia, it was 135-3 or something,
That's fair.
Washington also, they were in the playoff a few years ago. They got rung up by Alabama. Who was that quarterback for Washington they had, Chris, that year? Remember him?
That was Jacob Eason?
Yeah, Jacob Eason, I think it was. Yeah, they had the wide receiver, Paris. What was his name, Paris?
Harris Campbell?
No, he went to Ohio State.
Oh, sorry, I don't know what's that.
John Ross, I think. No?
Yeah.
It was after John Ross. The wide receiver was someone good.
Would you say it's still the SEC at the best?
Until someone beats them.
That's fair.
I think Florida State's got a shot if they could beat us.
Yeah, it was John Ross.
No, it wasn't.
They had Dante Pettis.
Pettis was the guy that they had.
Yeah.
And Miles Gaskin, right?
Miles Gaskin, yeah.
Yeah, they were up
It
on that.
wasn't,
They came out, they scored against Alabama, and then they got their ass kicked.
It wasn't, what's his face? It wasn't Jacob Eason at quarterback. It was Jake Browning.
Jake Browning. Ouch.
Isn't he the guy with it's in Cincinnati? Yeah.
Cincinnati.
Okay. That's crazy.
KJ Carter Samuels was the backup.
Yep. There's been a lot of teams in the playoff, and like surprising some of the teams that haven't been. A lot of big name programs haven't been. Schools that have had a lot of success in the past and have won championships have not been in. I don't think USC's been in, right?
I don't think so.
Nope. Texas has never been in. USC's never been in. Miami's never been in. Florida State's never been in. Oh, yeah, they have. Florida State was in.
Yeah.
Florida State was in the first one, I think.
Were they, or was that right before?
No, they were in the first one. They lost to Oregon, Marcus Mariota. And then Oregon lost to Ohio State.
That wasn't BCS? That wasn't the last BCS?
No, Oregon played Florida State, and Ohio State beat Alabama. And it was Ohio State versus Oregon in the championship game. And Ohio State won. Ezekiel Elliott, I think, was the MVP.
Yeah, Florida State made it the first year. They lost to Oregon, 59-20.
Yep. That was the end of their winning streak. They had won the national championship the year before.
That was the year that Baylor and TCU both got robbed, but Ohio State went on to win it.
That was the year of the best. What they used to have Twitter interview chats. I don't know if they do that anymore, like with the college athletes and players. It was the best Twitter interview chat in the history of Twitter interview chats. It was like, today we're gonna have Jameis Winston was the guy. Like they had him up for the chat. It was all like Miami fans and Florida fans. It was like they're like, you got to ask them questions, they got to answer it. It's like, if I had 6 pounds of crab legs and I paid for 0, how many crab legs would I have? Would I have paid for? It's like every question was like that. They had to stop the chat. It was like every question was like, if I forget to pay for my crab legs. It was like every question was like, it's like, when's the last time you forgot to pay for crab legs? It's like
Jameis will go down as one of the funniest men of all time. I swear.
That was like they had to stop it.
Jameis.
Famous Jameis.
Okay, Texas A&M never made it.
It's been the same teams. It's been Clemson, Alabama, LSU.
Georgia.
Ohio State. Alabama, Georgia. Yep. I'm still mad because TCU, I really believe, probably would have won it that year that Ohio State won it. They were really good. They were really good that year. But that was the year I think the Big 12 didn't have a championship game, so it hurt both Baylor and TCU that they didn't play each other at the end of the year. So they jumped Ohio State of both of them. Because I think going into there, TCU was 4, Baylor was 5, and Ohio State was 6. And then the playoff committee put them at 4 and got in, and they won. It was crazy. Texas as a whole felt robbed because neither team got in.
Do you have a question for our starting QB, Jameis Winston? Tweet, ask Jameis. Of all your coaches you have played for over the years, why did you steal those crab legs? That was asked by Faux Pelini. You know, like Bo Pelini? Faux Pelini. The massive amount of negative tweets directed toward Jameis. That was so funny. Ask Jameis. That's what it was called. Of all the coaches you played for the years, why did you steal those crab legs?
He's probably sitting there like, why'd I agree to do this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was like one of the worst ideas ever. Call it a case of a good idea in theory, but with bad execution.
Yeah, there you go.
ESPN even had the story. Ask Jameis. I knew there was going to be some negativity going into it. Well, but do you know that you buy one to get one free at Publix? Who gave you better protection last year, your offensive line or the Tallahassee Police Department?
Or the clerk at the grocery store. They just let you walk out crab legs.
This was doomed from the beginning.
So the story was, didn't he say he had been doing that for a while, just getting free crab legs?
No, he said he forgot to pay. They asked him, he forgot to pay.
Nah, I thought
Yeah.
he said that they had been letting him do that, and then somebody just finally caught on and was like, "Nah, you can't do it no more."
No, when they questioned him, he said, "I forgot to pay."
No.
Man, that's funny. It really was one of the best. There's still stories out there. Oh, man. Anyways. Any parlays? I did my birdcage. Chris, you got anything for us?
You know what we didn't cover? We didn't cover the college football today.
Oh, God. Sorry. Such shit games, I totally forgot.
We weren't letting you get off that easy without talking about UTEP FIU. Come on now.
FIU -3 versus UTEP.
FIU. I'm taking FIU money line. I'll probably lay the points too.
UTEP suck. This is a lousy UTEP year.
UTEP has. I don't think UTEP's won a road game since the Eisenhower administration.
Ouch. Weren't they bowl team back-to-back years?
Something like that. I don't know. But it feels like forever. They haven't won a bowl game since October of last year. Or sorry, a road game since October of last year.
JFIU UTEP.
FIU Sam Houston.
No, Sam Houston, New Mexico State.
Oh, am I looking at the? I'm looking at the wrong week. I'm looking at 8. You're right. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's how crappy these games are.
Yeah. I don't have
Can't
a
even
premium.
look ahead.
You brought it up.
Yeah, I know.
Not me.
No. I'm a small lean to UTEP, even though UTEP is atrocious. I just don't want to lay points with FIU. I think this is a 3-point game all day. I could see this one ending up 22-21. Like, we get on a weird number, probably because of a safety, something like that, and the points factor. In a 3-point game, I'm going to grab them with UTEP. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna take FIU here. So I grew up in Miami, right by FIU on Tamiami Trail is where FIU is located. And I grew up pretty close to that. It is the home of the Dade County Youth Fair. And you know what they had at that fair, Chris? Roasted corn. Some of the best roasted corn you'd ever have. Yeah, you just dip the whole thing in the vat of butter.
Mm-hmm.
Familiar?
I'm familiar with the vat of butter, yes.
So, I'm in on FIU. How about Sam Houston and New Mexico State?
Probably go with the under in that one. I don't think there's going to be a ton of points in that one. I think Sam Houston, if they want to have any shot at winning that game, they got to do it with defense. I think they're down 4 or 5 running backs right now. So give me the under in that one.
I'm going to go back to the well, same place that has burnt me countless times this year. I still believe in this team. Give me Sam Houston. I'm gonna take him straight up money line.
Notice how I didn't say Andrew Heaney there? Did you guys notice? I refrained. I didn't say
I'm going
Dak. It's Dak, isn't it? He's going to Dak. It's like Sarkisian. Kyrie. No. All right. I love that bit.
I earned it. It's fair. I earned it.
Well, believe me, I did say TCU by 50. I was close. They did almost score 50.
Sam Houston, man. If you've been betting Sam Houston, you know this is a bad idea, man. But I think they win this game. We've seen them look good in the first half against Jacksonville State. They competed against Liberty. I'm with Chris. I think the best unit on the field in this game is the Sam Houston defense. And if they want to compete, it's going to have to be defensively. They're going to have to hold this team down. We've seen them do it. Held BYU to 14, held Air Force to 13. The last few weeks has been ugly. Give me Sam Houston. I'm going to go for the plus money here in college football because college football is a land of the heartbreak. Like, when you think you know something in college football, for some reason it just seems to go the other way. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. Taking Sam Houston money line.
Yeah, I'm on New Mexico State. Jerry Kill's one of my favorites, but I know I see the line is where it's going. I probably buy the half a point, just get it at 3. Buying the hook. Buying the hook. All right. Got our football show 3 p.m. Eastern time. Chris, anything you want to say to these people? Hang on a sec.
Very appropriate because I'm going to go with the same game parlay from the NHL. I'm going to go with Oilers money line. I'm going to go with Leon Draisaitl anytime goal. Connor McDavid anytime goal.
That's a Zwacky parlay. That is. That's straight Zwacky.
I think it's money.
Ron Romanelli trashing the Pac-12 in the comments. Wow. Cold ass. Cold.
For my parlay today, we're going to take the Astros money line. We're going to take Altuve for a bomb. And we're going to parlay it up with Edmonton in NHL. Altuve.
I'm going to go with my hockey birdcage. Edmonton, Montreal puck line, Winnipeg, Jets, Jets.
What you selling today?
I only got one pick out there for sale. That's a baseball pick. But I might put others. And I might not.
Yeah, I got my $19 NHL power play, and I got that as part of my Wednesday NHL hat trick for $39.95.
Do you hate the card?
I don't mind the card, but I like the NHL the best today, actually.
The reach around? I gotta say at least once per show. I'm sorry, Chris.
That's okay. That's all right. But you do realize if you say it, you got to play the music after it.
We'll have to have reach around music. We'll have to have a different one for reach around. That'll be the 70s porn music.
That's the 7 pre-picks.
I got
It still works. It's so funny.
I just got 2 plays today, though. I got one in the NBA preseason action, $15. Slow play I like there, and then, like I said, been rolling in Major League Baseball, so I got another play today, trying to get to 6-0 in the postseason on the play of the day. Scoop it up. Oh, it's crazy.
Media guy, shoot me an email, mitch@pickdogs.com. I'll let you know what I got left as far as hoodies and shirts. I got to order more. The problem is that when you buy shirts and hoodies and stuff, it's like you buy all the different sizes, and the ones that you buy the most size are the ones that all of a sudden nobody wants, and the ones like the small, and then all of a sudden everybody wants a small, It's like, I don't know. What happened to all those fat old bald cappers we used to have? I fired their ass. It's like, so I used to say to Biller, yeah, it's exactly what we need. Another fat, bald, white guy.
All love on the show, man. I love Money Man Mitch just like you love me.
Of course, man. Of course, we're brothers, man. We fight like brothers. It's like, believe me. We were like actually lived in the same house. We'd be killing each other. Show up with the black guy the next day, man. Like killing each other.
It's like the scene from Step Brothers when John C. Reilly's got like the gash on his forehead.
I put my balls on your drum set.
Just imagine you and Jay with the bunk beds. There's so much blood.
That's what I love to do, man. Argue sports.
Underline argue.
Argue. Yes, argue. If you ain't having these same conversation with your friends, then what are you doing? What are you doing?
Enjoy Amazon Prime Day. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna act more professional. Jay and I are not gonna. Probably will. We probably will. Probably see the same shit tomorrow. It's like...